the development and importance of dinosaur parks and the preservation of dinosaur heritage in those parks. Dinosaur parks have become popular attractions worldwide, providing unique opportunities for the public to engage with the ancient world of dinosaurs. These parks not only showcase the awe-inspiring creatures that once roamed the earth but also play a crucial role in preserving and conserving dinosaur heritage. This essay explores the development and significance of dinosaur parks and the efforts made to conserve dinosaur fossils and artifacts within these parks. Body. The evolution of dinosaur parks. 1.1 Early fossil discoveries, the early discoveries of dinosaur fossils in the 19th century sparked public fascination and led to the establishment of the first dinosaur parks, such as Crystal Palace Park in London. These early parks aimed to educate and entertain visitors while showcasing the wonders of paleontology. 1.2 Evolution of park design and experiences. Over time, dinosaur parks have evolved to provide more immersive and educational experiences. Today, many parks incorporate life-size dinosaur replicas, interactive exhibits, educational programs, and guided tours, offering visitors a deeper understanding of dinosaurs and their prehistoric world. Educational significance. 2.1 Inspiring scientific curiosity. Dinosaur parks inspire awe and curiosity, particularly in young visitors, stimulating an interest in science, paleontology, and the natural world. These parks serve as gateways to further learning and exploration. 2.2 Public understanding of paleontology. Dinosaur parks provide accessible platforms for the public to learn about paleontology and the scientific methods used to study dinosaurs. Through informative displays and interpretive materials, visitors gain insights into the processes of fossil discovery, excavation, and interpretation, fostering a greater appreciation for scientific research. Conservation of dinosaur heritage. 3.1 Preservation of fossil sites. Many dinosaur parks are located in areas rich in fossil resources. These parks collaborate with paleontologists and local authorities to ensure the preservation and protection of fossil sites. Implementing responsible excavation practices and safeguarding fossil-rich areas are essential for maintaining the integrity of these unique paleontological treasures. 3.2 Exhibition and curation of fossils. Dinosaur parks play a vital role in curating and displaying dinosaur fossils and artifacts. Through careful curation and preservation techniques, these parks ensure the longevity of valuable specimens, allowing the public to witness the wonders of dinosaur heritage firsthand. 3.3 Collaboration with scientific research. Dinosaur parks often collaborate with scientific institutions to contribute to ongoing research. By providing access to their fossil collections and supporting paleontological studies, parks contribute to the advancement of scientific knowledge and the understanding of dinosaur evolution. Scientific and technological advancements. 4.1 Digital technology and virtual experiences. Dinosaur parks embrace advancements in digital technology to enhance visitor experiences. Virtual reality, augmented reality, and interactive displays enable visitors to engage with dinosaurs in immersive and educational ways, expanding their understanding of these ancient creatures. 4.2 Non-invasive techniques. Non-destructive imaging techniques, such as computed tomography, CT, scanning, allow for detailed examination of fossil specimens without damaging them. Dinosaur parks employ these techniques to study and analyze fossils, revealing new insights into dinosaur anatomy, behavior, and evolutionary relationships. 4.3 Genetic and molecular research. Advancements in genetic and molecular techniques have opened up new avenues for dinosaur research. Dinosaur parks actively collaborate with geneticists and paleontologists to extract and analyze ancient DNA, shedding light on the genetic makeup and evolutionary history of dinosaurs. Environmental awareness and sustainability. 5.1 Ecological education. Dinosaur parks have the opportunity to raise environmental awareness by showcasing the effects of environmental changes throughout history. By highlighting the extinction of dinosaurs and its implications, parks can inspire visitors to understand and protect modern ecosystems. 5.2 Sustainable practices. Dinosaur parks can lead by example by adopting sustainable practices in their operations. This includes minimizing energy consumption, implementing recycling programs, and promoting responsible tourism to reduce their environmental footprint. Cultural and economic impact. 6.1 Cultural significance. Dinosaur parks contribute to cultural heritage by preserving and displaying fossils and artifacts that hold significant scientific and historical value. These parks help foster a sense of shared cultural heritage, allowing visitors to connect with the past and appreciate the diversity of life on Earth. 6.2 Economic benefits. Dinosaur parks often serve as significant tourist attractions, stimulating local economies through increased tourism, job creation, and revenue generation. These economic benefits provide incentives for the conservation and preservation of dinosaur heritage within the parks. Community engagement and outreach. 7.1 Local community involvement. Dinosaur parks can engage with local communities by involving them in the management and decision-making processes. This collaboration ensures that the interests and perspectives of the local community are considered in the conservation and development of dinosaur parks. 7.2 Educational programs and outreach. Dinosaur parks can actively engage with schools, universities, and educational institutions to provide educational programs and resources. Outreach initiatives, such as workshops, field trips, and educational materials, allow students in the wider community to learn about dinosaurs, paleontology, and the importance of conservation. Repatriation and cultural considerations. 8.1 Repatriation of cultural artifacts. Some dinosaur parks house cultural artifacts and fossils that have cultural significance to indigenous communities. Collaborative efforts should be made to engage with these communities and, where appropriate, facilitate the repatriation of these artifacts, respecting the cultural rights and heritage of indigenous peoples. 8.2 Cultural interpretation and representation. Dinosaur parks should strive to accurately represent the cultural context of dinosaur discoveries and incorporate diverse cultural interpretations. Collaborating with indigenous communities and experts ensures that the narratives and interpretations of dinosaur heritage are inclusive, respectful, and representative of diverse cultural perspectives. Long-term sustainability and future planning. 9.1 Continued research and monitoring. Dinosaur parks should support ongoing research and monitoring programs to expand our understanding of dinosaur heritage. This includes studies on paleoenvironments, climate change, and the long-term preservation of fossils. 9.2 Adaptation to scientific advancements. Dinosaur parks should stay abreast of scientific advancements in paleontology and related fields. By incorporating new discoveries and knowledge, parks can ensure that their exhibits and educational programs remain up to date and scientifically accurate. 9.3 Future planning and expansion. Dinosaur parks should have long-term plans for development and expansion while considering the ecological and cultural impacts. Careful planning ensures sustainable growth, effective resource management, and the preservation of the park's mission and objectives. Collaboration and knowledge sharing. 10.1 International collaboration and partnerships. Dinosaur parks should foster collaboration and partnerships with other parks, scientific institutions, and organizations around the world. Sharing knowledge, resources, and best practices enhances the collective understanding of dinosaur heritage and promotes global conservation efforts. The effects of the dinosaur period on the evolution of later species. The age of dinosaurs, spanning millions of years, had a profound impact on the evolution of life on Earth. The existence of dinosaurs shaped ecosystems, influenced the development of other species, and left a lasting imprint on the evolutionary trajectory of organisms that followed. Understanding the effects of the dinosaur era on the subsequent evolution of species provides crucial insights into the history and diversity of life on our planet. One significant impact of the dinosaur era was the ecological opportunities it created for other organisms. With dinosaurs occupying various niches and dominating terrestrial ecosystems, other species had to adapt and find alternative ways to survive. Mammals, for instance, were small and relatively inconspicuous during the reign of dinosaurs. They inhabited niches that dinosaurs did not fully exploit, such as nocturnal and arboreal environments. The absence of large predatory dinosaurs at night and in the treetops provided mammals with opportunities to evolve and diversify in these ecological niches. The extinction event that marked the end of the dinosaur era, particularly the non-avian dinosaurs, created an ecological void that allowed other groups of organisms to thrive and diversify. This event, known as the Cretaceous-Paleogene (KPG) extinction event, paved the way for the rise of mammals, birds, reptiles, and other organisms that now dominate the planet. The removal of the dominant dinosaurian competitors opened up new possibilities for these groups to expand and evolve, leading to the emergence of the diverse range of species we see today. The disappearance of dinosaurs also influenced plant evolution. During the dinosaur era, plants co-evolved with herbivorous dinosaurs, leading to the development of various defense mechanisms such as thorns, vines, and tough leaves. After the extinction of dinosaurs, the pressure exerted by herbivorous dinosaurs on plants diminished, allowing plants to diversify and evolve new strategies for survival. The absence of large herbivorous dinosaurs led to the spread and dominance of angiosperms, or flowering plants, which eventually became the dominant plant group on Earth. Furthermore, the extinction event that wiped out the dinosaurs resulted in significant changes to global climate patterns and ecosystems. The impact of a large asteroid or comet is believed to have caused mass extinctions and triggered a period of environmental upheaval. This event disrupted food chains, altered habitats, and reshaped ecological communities, forcing surviving species to adapt or perish. The resulting environmental changes influenced the evolutionary trajectories of many organisms, driving the development of new adaptations and ecological strategies. The post-dinosaur era also witnessed the diversification and radiation of various groups, including mammals and birds. Mammals, which had previously been overshadowed by dinosaurs, experienced an adaptive radiation and occupied a wide range of ecological niches. They evolved new locomotor adaptations, increased brain size, and developed specialized dentition to exploit different food sources. Birds, the living descendants of theropod dinosaurs, also underwent significant evolutionary changes, including the development of feathers for flight and the refinement of their beak structures for specific diets. The dinosaur era continues to shape modern ecosystems in various ways. Fossil evidence provides valuable insights into the evolutionary history of species, enabling scientists to reconstruct the past and understand the interconnections between different lineages. The study of dinosaur anatomy, behavior, and ecology informs our understanding of current species and ecological dynamics. Furthermore, the dinosaur era left a lasting impact on Earth's geology and ecosystems, shaping the composition and distribution of species in subsequent eras. The extensive fossil record of dinosaurs provides valuable information about past environments, climate patterns, and evolutionary processes. The evolution of flight is one notable example of the influence of the dinosaur era on subsequent species. The evolution of birds from theropod dinosaurs demonstrates the remarkable adaptability and evolutionary potential within dinosaur lineages. The development of feathers, initially for insulation and display, eventually led to flight, providing birds with new ecological opportunities and allowing them to colonize diverse habitats worldwide. Birds have since diversified into numerous species with varying adaptations, demonstrating the long-term consequences of the dinosaur era on avian evolution. The extinction of large terrestrial predators, such as predatory dinosaurs, also had cascading effects on the structure and dynamics of ecosystems. With the removal of apex predators, other organisms had the opportunity to occupy new ecological niches and diversify. This phenomenon is known as the ecological release, which can lead to adaptive radiations and the emergence of new species. For example, the extinction of large herbivorous dinosaurs led to the rise of herbivorous mammals, enabling them to fill ecological roles that were previously dominated by dinosaurs. In addition, the dinosaur era played a crucial role in shaping the evolutionary trajectory of plants. The coevolution between dinosaurs and plants influenced the development of different plant defense mechanisms, such as chemical toxins and physical adaptations. After the extinction of dinosaurs, plants diversified and evolved new strategies to attract pollinators, disperse seeds, and compete for resources. The evolution of flowering plants, in particular, significantly transformed terrestrial ecosystems, as they became the dominant group of plants and formed complex relationships with insects and other pollinators. The extinction event that marked the end of the dinosaur era also led to changes in Earth's climate and habitats. The mass extinction disrupted ecosystems and altered global environmental conditions, creating opportunities for certain species to adapt and flourish in new environments. As species colonized new habitats and adapted to changing climates, they underwent further evolutionary changes and diversification. The study of the dinosaur era and its influence on subsequent species provides insights into the mechanisms and processes of evolution. It highlights the interconnectedness of species and the dynamic nature of ecosystems. By examining fossil evidence, paleontologists can reconstruct ancient ecosystems, track the evolution of specific lineages, and gain a deeper understanding of the long-term consequences of major extinction events. Moreover, the knowledge gained from studying the dinosaur era has practical applications in various fields. It informs conservation efforts by highlighting the vulnerability of species to environmental changes and the importance of preserving biodiversity. The study of ancient climates and ecosystems can also contribute to our understanding of current climate change patterns and inform strategies for mitigating its impacts. Furthermore, the dinosaur era played a significant role in shaping the Earth's physical landscape and geological processes, which in turn influenced the subsequent evolution of species. During the Mesozoic era, when dinosaurs thrived, tectonic activity and volcanic eruptions were widespread, leading to the formation of new landmasses, mountain ranges, and changing sea levels. The breakup of the supercontinent Pangaea during the Mesozoic era resulted in the formation of new continents and ocean basins. This created isolated habitats and promoted allopatric speciation, where species became geographically separated and evolved independently. The geographic isolation of species facilitated the diversification and evolution of new lineages, contributing to the rich biodiversity we see today. The uplift of mountain ranges, such as the Rocky Mountains and the Himalayas, during the Mesozoic era also had a profound impact on climate patterns and the distribution of species. These mountain ranges influenced wind and rainfall patterns, creating diverse microclimates and fostering the development of different ecosystems. Modern scientific methods are used to study the fauna and flora of the new Earth, including DNA analysis and the latest excavation techniques. Modern scientific methods have revolutionized the study of animal and plant species in the era of Earth's formation, encompassing DNA analysis and state-of-the-art excavation techniques. These advancements have allowed researchers to delve deeper into the understanding of Earth's diverse flora and fauna, unraveling the mysteries of evolution, adaptation, and the intricate relationships between species. Through the utilization of modern scientific tools and methodologies, scientists have been able to uncover valuable insights that were previously inaccessible. One of the most significant breakthroughs in the study of animal and plant species is the analysis of DNA. DNA, the fundamental genetic material that carries the instructions for life, holds a treasure trove of information about an organism's characteristics, origins, and relationships. With the advent of sophisticated DNA sequencing technologies, scientists can now unravel the genetic code of various species, enabling them to trace their evolutionary history and decipher the mechanisms underlying their diversity and adaptation. By comparing DNA sequences among different species, researchers can identify common genetic markers, determine the relatedness of organisms, and even track their migration patterns across continents and oceans. Furthermore, modern scientific techniques have revolutionized the field of paleontology, allowing scientists to unearth and examine ancient fossils with unparalleled precision. Paleontologists now have access to cutting-edge excavation methods, such as high-resolution imaging and 3D modeling, which facilitate the delicate extraction and preservation of fossil remains. These advanced techniques enable scientists to study the morphology, anatomy, and behavior of extinct species with remarkable accuracy. By reconstructing the physical traits of ancient organisms, researchers can infer their ecological roles, evolutionary trajectories, and the environmental conditions in which they thrived. This wealth of information contributes to our understanding of the past and provides valuable insights into the processes that have shaped life on Earth. In addition to DNA analysis and paleontological techniques, other modern scientific tools have also played pivotal roles in studying animal and plant species. Remote sensing technologies, such as satellite imagery and LiDAR, light detection and ranging, allow researchers to observe and monitor vast ecosystems from a bird's-eye view. These tools provide valuable data on habitat distribution, land cover changes, and the impact of human activities on biodiversity. By combining remote sensing data with ground-based surveys and statistical modeling, scientists can gain a comprehensive understanding of species distributions, population dynamics, and the potential effects of climate change on ecosystems. Moreover, advancements in molecular biology and biotechnology have opened up new avenues for exploring the genetic potential of various species. Techniques like genetic engineering and gene editing offer unprecedented opportunities to manipulate and study specific genes, allowing scientists to understand their functions and potential applications. These methods have the potential to revolutionize agriculture, conservation, and medicine by enhancing crop yields, mitigating the impact of diseases, and conserving endangered species. However, ethical considerations and responsible use of these technologies must be carefully balanced with potential risks to ensure their safe and sustainable application. Moreover, modern scientific methods have also revolutionized the study of animal and plant behavior in the era of Earth's formation. Ethologists and ecologists now employ sophisticated techniques to observe and analyze the behavior of various species in their natural habitats. One such technique is the use of GPS tracking and telemetry. By attaching GPS devices to animals, researchers can track their movements and gather data on their foraging patterns, migratory routes, and territorial behaviors. This technology provides invaluable insights into the ecological needs of different species and helps identify critical habitats for conservation efforts. Additionally, telemetry allows scientists to monitor the physiological parameters of animals, such as heart rate and body temperature, enabling them to understand the physiological responses of organisms to environmental changes. Furthermore, the field of molecular ecology has emerged as a powerful tool for studying animal and plant populations. Scientists can now extract and analyze DNA from environmental samples, such as soil, water, and feces, to identify the presence of specific species. This non-invasive method, known as environmental DNA (EDNA) analysis, has revolutionized biodiversity monitoring, especially for elusive and endangered species. By analyzing EDNA, researchers can determine species richness, population sizes, and even detect the presence of rare or invasive species in a given ecosystem. In addition to DNA analysis, modern imaging technologies have greatly enhanced our understanding of the anatomical and physiological aspects of animal and plant species. High-resolution imaging techniques, such as computed tomography, CT, scans and magnetic resonance imaging, MRI, allow scientists to visualize the internal structures and organs of organisms without invasive procedures. These non-destructive methods have proven particularly useful in studying the anatomy and development of extinct species, shedding light on their evolutionary relationships and ecological roles. Moreover, advancements in bioacoustics have opened up new possibilities for studying animal communication and behavior. Researchers now use specialized microphones and recording devices to capture and analyze the acoustic signals produced by animals. By decoding these signals, scientists can decipher complex communication systems, identify species-specific vocalizations, and understand the social dynamics within animal groups. Bioacoustics has proven especially valuable in the study of marine ecosystems, where visual observations are often challenging. Additionally, modern scientific methods have facilitated the study of plant genetics and physiology. Through techniques such as genome sequencing and metabolomics, scientists can uncover the genetic mechanisms underlying plant adaptations to different environments. By understanding how plants respond to stress, temperature fluctuations, and nutrient availability, researchers can develop strategies for crop improvement, sustainable agriculture, and conservation of plant diversity. Furthermore, modern scientific methods have introduced novel approaches to studying the evolutionary history and ecological dynamics of animal and plant species in the era of Earth's formation. These methods include phylogenetics, isotopic analysis, and advanced modeling techniques. Phylogenetics, the study of evolutionary relationships among species, has been revolutionized by computational tools and DNA sequencing technologies. Scientists can now construct detailed evolutionary trees, or phylogenies, that depict the relationships between different species based on their genetic similarities and differences. Phylogenetic analysis provides insights into the shared ancestry of organisms, the timing of evolutionary events, and the patterns of diversification. By understanding the evolutionary relationships of species, researchers can unravel the processes that have shaped the diversity of life on Earth and make predictions about the evolutionary trajectories of different groups of organisms. Isotopic analysis is another powerful tool used in modern scientific studies of animal and plant species. By examining stable isotopes of elements such as carbon, nitrogen, and oxygen in biological samples, scientists can gain insights into various aspects of an organism's ecology, including its diet, habitat preferences, and migration patterns. Isotopic analysis can provide information about ancient food webs, trophic interactions, and the impacts of environmental changes on species behavior and resource utilization. Habitat change during the Ice Age and its impact on the evolution of species. The environmental changes during the Ice Age period had a profound impact on the evolution of species and the development of diverse ecosystems. As Earth experienced alternating periods of glaciation and interglacials, the shifts in climate, habitats, and ecological dynamics shaped the evolutionary trajectories of organisms, leading to adaptations, extinctions, and the emergence of new species. One of the significant environmental changes during the Ice Age was the expansion and contraction of ice sheets and glaciers. As massive ice masses advanced, they reshaped the landscape, eroded the land, and created new habitats. This process, known as glaciation, resulted in the formation of glacial lakes, moraines, and other landforms. These changing physical features presented new challenges and opportunities for organisms, driving them to adapt to the changing conditions or face extinction. The fluctuating climate during the Ice Age also influenced the distribution and composition of plant communities. As temperatures dropped, large areas of land were covered by ice, resulting in the contraction of forests and the expansion of grasslands and tundra-like environments. Many plant species were forced to adapt to colder conditions, evolving characteristics such as smaller leaves, shorter growth cycles, and specialized mechanisms to survive in harsh environments. Additionally, the reduction in available land for plant colonization and the isolation of populations due to the presence of ice barriers led to speciation events, where new species emerged through genetic differentiation and reproductive isolation. The changing environment of the Ice Age also impacted animal species. The advance and retreat of ice sheets altered the availability and distribution of habitats, forcing animals to adapt to new ecological niches or face extinction. Some species migrated in response to changing climate conditions, following suitable habitats as they shifted geographically. Others evolved physical traits and behaviors that allowed them to survive in cold environments, such as thick fur, hibernation, or migration patterns. The competition for resources and the interactions between species during these periods of environmental change drove natural selection and shaped the evolution of diverse animal groups. Moreover, the Ice Age environmental changes influenced the interactions between species, leading to coevolution and the development of complex ecological relationships. For example, the availability of new plant resources and the expansion of grasslands supported the evolution of large herbivores, such as mammoths and giant ground sloths. In response, predator species, such as saber-toothed cats and cave lions, evolved specialized hunting strategies and physical adaptations to exploit these herbivores. These interdependent relationships between species contributed to the diversity and ecological balance of Ice Age ecosystems. The environmental fluctuations of the Ice Age also had profound effects on the distribution and connectivity of habitats and populations. During glacial periods, sea levels dropped as water became locked in ice, resulting in the exposure of land bridges and the connection of previously isolated land masses. This facilitated the migration of species between continents, leading to the dispersal of organisms and the mixing of gene pools. These migration events played a crucial role in shaping the biodiversity and genetic diversity of species. However, the environmental changes of the Ice Age were not solely responsible for the evolution of species. The genetic variation and the capacity for adaptation within populations also played a significant role. The changing environmental conditions acted as selective pressures, favoring individuals with advantageous traits or genetic variations that conferred higher fitness. Over time, these advantageous traits became more prevalent in populations, driving the evolution of species. Furthermore, the environmental changes during the Ice Age period influenced not only individual species but also the overall structure and functioning of ecosystems. As habitats shifted and species adapted, the composition and interactions within ecological communities underwent significant transformations. The availability of resources played a crucial role in shaping the dynamics of Ice Age ecosystems. The expansion of ice sheets and the contraction of forests led to a decrease in available plant biomass and diversity in certain regions. This, in turn, affected herbivorous species that relied on these plants for food. As a result, herbivores either adapted to feed on different plant species or migrated to areas where suitable vegetation remained abundant. These changes in herbivore populations, in turn, affected the distribution and abundance of their predators, creating a cascading effect throughout the food web. The evolution and diversification of plants during the Ice Age also impacted other organisms within ecosystems. For example, the emergence of new plant species with unique adaptations to cold environments provided opportunities for specialized pollinators to evolve. In response to the availability of new floral resources, specific groups of insects, birds, or mammals developed specialized feeding habits and co-evolved with these plants. This mutualistic relationship between plants and their pollinators played a fundamental role in the reproductive success and survival of both plant and animal species. The changing landscapes and environmental conditions of the Ice Age also created opportunities for niche differentiation and the colonization of new habitats. As ice retreated, new landforms, such as barren landscapes or freshwater lakes, emerged. These newly formed habitats presented ecological niches that could be exploited by pioneering species. Over time, these species adapted to their new environments and diversified, contributing to the overall richness and diversity of ecosystems. Furthermore, the environmental changes during the Ice Age influenced patterns of species distribution and genetic diversity. The formation of ice barriers and the subsequent connection of land masses during interglacial periods allowed for the dispersal of species across previously isolated regions. This led to the mixing of genetic material and the formation of hybrid populations, contributing to genetic diversity and the potential for adaptation to new environments. These migration and colonization events played a crucial role in shaping the genetic structure of species and their ability to adapt to changing conditions. It is important to note that the impact of environmental changes during the Ice Age was not uniform across all species or regions. Some species were able to adapt and thrive in the new conditions, while others faced challenges and ultimately became extinct. Factors such as genetic variability, dispersal capabilities, and ecological flexibility determine the ability of species to survive and evolve during this period. Furthermore, the environmental changes during the Ice Age period had cascading effects on various ecological processes and shaped the evolutionary trajectories of species in several ways. One significant impact of the Ice Age environment was the formation and alteration of physical barriers such as ice sheets, mountains, and large bodies of water. These barriers fragmented habitats, isolating populations and preventing gene flow between them. As a result, genetic divergence occurred over time, leading to the development of distinct subspecies or even new species. Isolated populations faced different selection pressures, which, combined with genetic drift, promoted the accumulation of genetic differences and ultimately drove speciation events. The fluctuating climate and associated changes in temperature and precipitation patterns during the Ice Age also influenced the availability and distribution of resources. These shifts in resource availability exerted selective pressures on species, favoring individuals with traits that conferred an advantage in utilizing the available resources. Over time, natural selection acted upon these traits, leading to adaptations in various forms. Ecosystems are being affected by climate change and Ice Age impacts. Ecological systems worldwide are currently experiencing significant impacts from climate change and the lingering effects of the Ice Age period. These environmental changes pose formidable challenges to the delicate balance and functioning of ecosystems, affecting biodiversity, species interactions, and ecosystem services. One of the most apparent impacts of climate change on ecological systems is the alteration of temperature patterns. Rising global temperatures have far-reaching consequences for organisms at all levels of the food chain. Species that are adapted to specific temperature ranges may struggle to survive as their habitats become increasingly unsuitable. For instance, cold-adapted species, such as polar bears and Arctic seals, face habitat loss and reduced access to prey as sea ice melts. Similarly, certain species of plants and animals that depend on cooler temperatures or Specific seasonal cues for reproduction, migration, or hibernation may experience disruptions in their life cycles. Climate change also influences precipitation patterns, leading to changes in the availability and distribution of water resources. This has profound effects on terrestrial and aquatic ecosystems alike. In regions experiencing increased droughts, water scarcity can affect the survival and reproductive success of plants, leading to changes in vegetation composition and ecosystem structure. Aquatic ecosystems, including rivers, lakes, and wetlands, are particularly vulnerable to changes in precipitation and water flow. Alterations in water availability can disrupt the natural hydrological cycles, impacting the distribution of species, nutrient cycling, and overall ecosystem functioning. Additionally, climate change affects the frequency and intensity of extreme weather events, including storms, heat waves, and wildfires. These events have direct and indirect impacts on ecological systems. For instance, intense storms and hurricanes can cause coastal erosion, damage coral reefs, and disrupt coastal habitats, affecting the organisms that rely on these ecosystems for shelter, feeding grounds, and reproduction. Similarly, prolonged heat waves and droughts can lead to increased fire risks, adversely affecting forest ecosystems and the species dependent on them. The changes in climate also have indirect effects on ecological systems through interactions with other stressors and factors. For example, climate change can exacerbate the spread of pests and diseases, as certain organisms expand their ranges or become more resilient in warmer conditions. This can have cascading effects on entire ecosystems, as the loss of key species or the introduction of invasive species can disrupt ecological processes and alter community dynamics. The lingering effects of the Ice Age period also continue to shape modern ecosystems. Glacial retreat and the melting of permafrost release ancient organic matter and nutrients into the environment. These inputs can impact nutrient cycling, carbon storage, and the composition of microbial communities, potentially altering ecosystem functioning. Furthermore, the changing distribution of land masses and sea levels as a result of Ice Age processes has influenced species distribution and migration patterns, leading to the development of distinct regional biodiversity hotspots. It is important to recognize that not all impacts of climate change and the Ice Age are negative. Some species may adapt and evolve to changing conditions, exhibiting resilience and the ability to persist in new environments. Ecosystems may also exhibit resilience and adaptability, with the potential to undergo dynamic changes and adapt to novel circumstances. Mitigating the impacts of climate change and addressing the lingering effects of the Ice Age requires concerted global efforts. Reduction of greenhouse gas emissions, adoption of sustainable land and water management practices, and conservation of natural habitats are crucial strategies to combat climate change and preserve ecological systems. Additionally, supporting scientific research, monitoring, and conservation initiatives can enhance our understanding of the complex interactions between climate change, Ice Age remnants, and ecological systems, guiding effective management and conservation strategies. Furthermore, the impacts of climate change and the lingering effects of the Ice Age extend beyond individual species and ecosystems. They have broader implications for the provision of crucial ecosystem services that support human well-being. One of the major ecosystem services affected by climate change is the regulation of water resources. Changes in precipitation patterns and the melting of glaciers and ice caps alter the availability and distribution of freshwater resources. This can lead to water scarcity, reduced water quality, and increased risks of droughts and floods. These changes pose significant challenges for human populations that rely on freshwater for drinking, agriculture, and industrial purposes. Additionally, altered water availability can disrupt aquatic ecosystems, affecting fish populations, water-dependent organisms, and overall ecosystem health. Climate change also influences agricultural productivity, posing risks to food security. Changes in temperature, precipitation, and the frequency of extreme weather events can impact crop yields, livestock health, and the availability of suitable agricultural land. Shifts in growing seasons, alterations in pest and disease patterns, and water stress can all have adverse effects on agricultural systems, potentially leading to food shortages, price volatility, and increased vulnerability for communities dependent on agriculture. The impacts of the ice age and climate change on ecosystems also affect carbon storage and greenhouse gas dynamics. Forests and other natural habitats act as carbon sinks, absorbing and storing significant amounts of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. However, deforestation, land use changes, and disturbances caused by climate change can reduce the capacity of ecosystems to sequester carbon. This contributes to the increase in greenhouse gas concentrations, exacerbating climate change further. The loss of carbon sinks and the release of stored carbon from thawing permafrost also contribute to a positive feedback loop, amplifying the impacts of climate change. Biodiversity conservation is another critical ecosystem service affected by climate change and the lingering effects of the ice age. Ecosystems are home to a vast array of species, each playing a unique role in maintaining ecosystem functioning and resilience. However, the changing climate disrupts habitats, alters species distributions, and increases the risk of species extinctions. These changes can result in the loss of biodiversity and reduce the capacity of ecosystems to adapt to environmental shifts. The loss of biodiversity not only diminishes the intrinsic value of species but also impacts ecosystem stability, productivity, and the provision of essential services. Addressing the impacts of climate change and the lingering effects of the ice age requires comprehensive strategies and global cooperation. Mitigation efforts, such as reducing greenhouse gas emissions, transitioning to renewable energy sources, and implementing sustainable land and resource management practices, are crucial to minimize further climate-related impacts. Adaptation measures, including the conservation and restoration of natural habitats, the promotion modern studies of dinosaurs using modern science and technology to recover and better understand these species. Modern research on dinosaurs has experienced significant advancements. Through the utilization of technology and cutting-edge scientific methods, enabling us to reconstruct and gain a deeper understanding of these fascinating creatures. The integration of various scientific disciplines, such as paleontology, biomechanics, molecular biology, and computer science, has revolutionized the study of dinosaurs and shed light on their anatomy, behavior, and evolutionary history. One of the remarkable achievements in modern dinosaur research is the use of advanced imaging techniques to examine fossilized remains. Computed tomography, CT, scanning allows scientists to non-invasively examine the internal structures of dinosaur fossils, providing detailed information about their bone structure, internal organs, and even soft tissues. This has led to groundbreaking discoveries, such as the identification of preserved dinosaur organs, insights into their respiratory systems, and the understanding of how dinosaurs moved and interacted with their environment. Another groundbreaking technology is the application of 3D scanning and printing. By scanning and digitizing dinosaur fossils, researchers can create accurate three-dimensional models that can be studied and shared digitally. This allows for precise measurements, comparisons, and reconstructions of dinosaur skeletons without the need to handle fragile or rare specimens directly. Additionally, 3D printing has enabled the production of replica fossils, providing researchers and museums with access to accurate models for scientific study, educational purposes, and public outreach. In recent years, advances in molecular biology have provided exciting opportunities for dinosaur research. Although DNA does not preserve over millions of years, scientists have extracted proteins and other molecular information from well-preserved dinosaur fossils. This has allowed for the study of evolutionary relationships between dinosaurs and their closest living relatives, such as birds. By analyzing proteins and genetic markers, researchers have gained insights into the genetic diversity, phylogeny, and evolutionary adaptations of various dinosaur groups. The field of biomechanics has also played a crucial role in understanding how dinosaurs moved, fed, and interacted with their environment. By studying the mechanics of dinosaur bones and muscle attachments, scientists can make inferences about their locomotion, speed, and strength. Computational models and simulations have been employed to reconstruct dinosaur movements and behaviors, providing valuable insights into their hunting strategies, social interactions, and overall biomechanical capabilities. In addition to technological advancements, modern dinosaur research relies on interdisciplinary collaborations and the integration of large datasets. Paleontologists, geologists, chemists, physicists, and computer scientists work together to collect, analyze, and interpret data from fossil discoveries, geological records, isotopic analysis, and climate reconstructions. This multidisciplinary approach allows for a more comprehensive understanding of dinosaur ecosystems, their interactions with other organisms, and the environmental conditions in which they lived. Furthermore, the use of data analytics and computational methods has revolutionized our ability to process and interpret large datasets in dinosaur research. By applying statistical analyses, machine learning algorithms, and bioinformatics tools, researchers can identify patterns, trends, and relationships in dinosaur fossil records. These computational approaches aid in species identification, ecological reconstructions, and the exploration of complex evolutionary processes over geological time. Modern research on dinosaurs also emphasizes open access and data sharing. Online databases, digital repositories, and collaborative platforms enable scientists worldwide to share their findings, exchange knowledge, and collaborate on research projects. This collaborative and transparent approach facilitates the advancement of scientific understanding and accelerates the pace of discovery in the field of dinosaur research. Moreover, modern research on dinosaurs extends beyond the study of their physical characteristics and behaviors. Scientists are now using advanced techniques to investigate the biology and physiology of these ancient creatures. For instance, stable isotope analysis provides insights into the diet and habitat preferences of different dinosaur species. By analyzing the isotopic composition of fossilized teeth or bones, researchers can reconstruct the paleoecology of dinosaurs and understand their ecological roles within ancient ecosystems. Genomic research is also revolutionizing our understanding of dinosaurs. Although direct extraction of dinosaur DNA is not yet possible due to degradation over time, scientists have successfully sequenced the genomes of modern birds, the closest living relatives of dinosaurs. By comparing the genomes of birds with their dinosaur ancestors, researchers can infer genetic traits that were present in ancient dinosaurs. This approach has revealed valuable information about the evolution of feathers, coloration, and even certain physiological characteristics. The field of paleoecology utilizes advanced modeling techniques to reconstruct the environments in which dinosaurs lived. By integrating data on climate, vegetation, and geological formations, scientists can create virtual simulations of ancient landscapes and study how dinosaurs interacted with their surroundings. This allows for a more comprehensive understanding of the ecological dynamics and the factors that influence dinosaur distribution and abundance. The use of high-resolution imaging technologies has also expanded our knowledge of dinosaur soft tissues and internal structures. X-ray computed tomography, CT, scanning, in combination with advanced imaging software, enables researchers to digitally dissect and explore the internal anatomy of fossilized dinosaurs. This non-destructive technique has provided detailed information about the structure and function of organs, such as the brain, lungs, and reproductive systems, offering unprecedented insights into the physiology and biology of these extinct creatures. Additionally, advancements in paleoart and scientific visualization have brought dinosaurs to life in ways never before imagined. Through the collaboration of paleontologists, artists, and animators, scientifically accurate reconstructions of dinosaurs can be created based on fossil evidence and scientific knowledge. These visualizations help us visualize and understand the appearance, movement, and behavior of dinosaurs, making their ancient world more accessible and engaging to the public. The study of dinosaur behavior has also advanced through the analysis of trackways and trace fossils. By studying the footprints, burrows, and coprolites, fossilized feces, left by dinosaurs, scientists can gain insights into their locomotion, social interactions, and feeding behaviors. These traces provide a unique window into the lives of dinosaurs and offer clues about their reproductive strategies, migration patterns, and social structures. Furthermore, modern research on dinosaurs has also expanded our understanding of their social behavior and communication. By studying fossilized trackways, bone beds, and nesting sites, scientists can infer the social dynamics and group behaviors of certain dinosaur species. These findings provide insights into the formation of herds, mating rituals, parental care, and even possible pack hunting behaviors in some species. Advancements in paleogenomics and proteomics have opened up new avenues for understanding dinosaur evolution and relationships. By extracting genetic material and proteins from well-preserved dinosaur remains, researchers can compare the genomes and proteomes of different species to unravel their evolutionary history.